I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Matt Duchesne of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Justus Aros of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Ryan Johansen of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Welcome to the bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. And oh shit, we got to change the intro after the breaking news we're about to discuss. I am your host and Captain Crazy Charlie Saunier. Welcome into the Renegades of Puck podcast. Before we get to the No Half Step in hockey coverage, please let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you learn everything you need to know about the show. And once you're good and educated about the show, you can click on that merchandise tab. That's going to take you straight to our classic logo t-shirt, our Pride logo t-shirt, all of our different special event t-shirts like the one I'm wearing right here from behind enemy lines, and so much more. All the gimmicks you've come to know and love and expect from the Renegades of Puck are still available in our online store. Socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets. You can outfit your entire body or your entire home with Renegades of Puck merchandise, and we sure would appreciate if you would do so. After all, we've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance to this independent hockey operation, so listen up, Renegades. Here's how you can help support the cause. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook. We would appreciate likes, follows, subscriptions, all of those things on all of those different platforms. Please give us a hand. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it doesn't take you but a second to do so. Also, YouTube. That's where you can find ROP TV. Over 200 episodes and videos available to you now completely for free on our YouTube channel. So please join the other 230 plus subscribers to our YouTube channel and go ahead and turn on the notification button as well. We sure would appreciate building up those numbers as the summer moves along. We've got lots of great content coming out here in the very near future, so please join us there on YouTube. The audio podcast can be found thanks to the Full Press Predators podcast virtually everywhere. Just search Renegades of Puck on your preferred platform today, or go ahead and check out a few of these options. We are on Google, Stitcher, Spotify, and several other different platforms. We are on so many different platforms nowadays, it's hard to keep track, but I do know that we are reaching more Renegades than ever before thanks to the Full Press NHL Network. Stick taps, love, and respect to everybody behind the scenes doing such incredibly hard work to help out with the podcast. Venmo is how you can reach out to the show through a financial avenue. Make a donation or become a sponsor of the show just by scanning the QR code that's currently on your screen or searching Renegades of Puck in Venmo. Thanks to generous Renegades like you, we've been able to make significant upgrades over the last 2 years here throughout the bunker. As a matter of fact, we launched the entire operation based on the generosity of Renegades like you watching and listening right now to this very podcast. We've now completed 2 years and 2 seasons of coverage here in this format, and we are so looking forward to starting the new cycle with the draft coming up here in just a week's time. So again, if you can spare a dollar, it would go a long way to helping the Renegades of Puck. We sure do appreciate each and every one of you who has taken the time and made a donation over the last 2 years. Stick taps, love, and respect to each and every one of you. Now, I know it's time for the No Half Step in hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. It's time for operation number 773. That's right, show number 773. And at this moment in hockey history, wouldn't you know it, as soon as we finished filing our summer update leading you into the draft, well, the Nashville Predators went and made huge headlines just a day later. And that's exactly why we have to start with changing the intro. We will be doing that as we start the next cycle of shows. Not this episode and probably not the next episode, but we will have to be removing the voice of Ryan Johansen from the intro of the show. And we sure do appreciate Ryan Johansen for being so willing to help us out over the years with sound bites, with drops, and with audio files. We will certainly miss having Ryan Johansen as part of our intro, but Ryan Johansen has been traded by the Nashville Predators to the Colorado Avalanche for Alex Galchenyuk. Now, the Preds will retain 50% of the contract of Ryan Johansen, and that contract that was remaining was 2 more years and $8 million. So that means the Nashville Predators will pay $4 million of that $8 million, but getting that contract off of the books will allow the Nashville Predators a certain amount of flexibility, which they already had considerable flexibility going into this free agency class. They will retain 50% of that contract, $4 million over the next 2 years, and they did not have to give up any additional prospects or draft picks in order to make this trade happen. If the Preds had not been willing to retain 50% of the contract, it would have taken something to sweeten the pot, even though the Colorado Avalanche seem to very much want Ryan Johansen and need Ryan Johansen to slot on their second line out there for the Avs. But Ryan Johansen certainly was a significant piece of this Nashville Predators franchise for a couple of years. Just quickly, before I talk about Ryan Johansen in detail, Galchenyuk, who was traded to the Nashville Predators, is an unrestricted free agent, and his future with the Nashville Predators, he's a depth forward at this point, spent most of his time in the AHL last year. In his time with the Colorado Avalanche, was not exactly effective. As a matter of fact, 0 points in 11 games with the Colorado Avalanche. So I don't think his future is very likely with the Nashville Predators, unless, of course, he is willing to sign a low-dollar two-way deal, which could see him helping out with the Milwaukee Admirals. But I don't see Galchenyuk as having much of a future here with the Nashville Predators. This was 100% about getting rid of at least 50% of the Ryan Johansen contract moving forward. Now, Ryan Johansen, just to recap, was traded to the Preds in 2015-16 mid-season for Seth Jones. It cost a lot to get the first ever true big-body #1 center in franchise history. Before that, David Legwand had been the big franchise center, and he never exactly lived up to the goods, nor had anyone else that had been brought in or drafted over the years. So Ryan Johansen was worth the price of Seth Jones, a franchise defenseman, the #4 overall pick at this point in his career. So he was the first ever true 1C big body in team history for the Nashville Predators, and immediately joining the Nashville Predators, played 42 games that season, and he was able to put up 34 points, an impressive first half season debut. But then following up in 2016-2017, he would play in every single game that season for the Nashville Predators, 14 goals, 47 assists. That's where the Ryan Johansen world-class distribution service was founded. 61 total points on the 2016-17 season, a 54.6 face-off winning percentage. Highly impressive. And of course, in the playoffs that year, 13 points in 14 games. He shut down Jonathan Toews in the Nashville Predators sweep of the Chicago Blackhawks, then shut down the St. Louis Blues, and was stifling the Ducks until injured in the Stanley Cup final. If Ryan Johansen had been healthy and continued on, I believe there would have been a different result with Ryan Johansen in the lineup. I do not find this to be a controversial take in any way, shape, or form. As a matter of fact, you've seen the discussion online, and I'll give credit to Jim Diamond and Alex Daughtry for each making this point independently of me, that with that version of Ryan Johansen in the lineup versus the Pittsburgh Penguins, it would have been a different story in the Stanley Cup final than Freddie Gaudreau, unfortunately, and Colton Sissons were able to put up against the dynamic duo of course, Crosby and Malkin, and well, so many other pieces. But Ryan Johansen was absolutely on the best run of his career in that particular playoff run, that season, that playoff run. He was dominating. He was putting all of the tools together at just the right time, and I do believe that the Nashville Predators would have fared better than falling in 6 games to the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Stanley Cup final. The best of his career at one center. He would never quite live up to that level of reputation, that style of play again, but he would continue on with the Nashville Predators to have a very consistent career. At the end of his career with the Preds, he would skate in 533 games for the Nashville Predators, score 110 goals, and put up 252 assists. That world-class distribution service, 362 points for his career, a 54.1% face-off winning percentage. He was a part of two Central Division championship teams. He was a part of a President's Trophy winning team, and he was also part of the only team in franchise history that made it to the Stanley Cup final. His best season offensively was in 2018-2019, where he put up 64 points, 50 assists, one of only a handful of players in team history to reach the 50 assist mark. And in 21-22, he put up his second best season, 63 points. It was his best goal total with the team, 26 goals that season. Always had a better shot than I think people gave him credit for, and never really had the confidence to use that shot as much as he probably could have or even should have with the Nashville Predators. But 26 goals in 21-22 was one hell of a season. He fell to a leg injury last season, and that cut his season short, and that was unfortunately the end of his Nashville Predators career. Now listen, the expansion draft, when Seattle was coming into the league, it was no secret that Ryan Johansen was dangled out there. There were trade rumors with the Calgary Flames, possibly to get Matthew Tkachuk, and wow, what a difference a season might have made if the Nashville Predators had gotten Matthew Tkachuk instead of, say, the Florida Panthers in that deal. But that was not to work out. But we continued to hear rumors about the Nashville Predators' desire to perhaps move on from Ryan Johansen and from Ryan Johansen's contract, possibly the most important part. So in the end, while the breaking news in the middle of the summer, just a few days before the draft, was a momentary jarring thing, not a surprise move overall. And for Barry Trotz, he continues to be very aggressive. I'll talk about Barry Trotz in a minute, but let me wrap up Ryan Johansen. Ryan Johansen was good and fair to this program and our previous show, Redneck Nation Radio, always willing to offer an interview or a sound bite, and he was always very good with the crew and with all of the analysts that have always worked for this show. So Ryan Johansen, a good hockey player, a better person, and he will be missed here in Nashville, but with the contract and the not necessarily living up to being a number one center and some of the other contracts, and the Preds now looking to move on to a new generation, it was Ryan Johansen's time to move on, and I hope that he does good to a point in Colorado. I do not want to have him coming back to Nashville for the next couple of years and torching the Nashville Predators, although that is certainly a possibility. So with Ryan Johansen moving out, that means Barry Trotz is continuing to be very aggressive here at the beginning of his tenure as a rookie general manager. Now, we have the draft coming up in just a couple of days. Can we expect more trades? The rumors persist that UC Saros, they could not get a deal done with the Los Angeles Kings at the trade deadline, but that UC Saros was very much in play. Now, we have chronicled and detailed very much that Yaroslav Askarov is not ready to be the Nashville Predators' full-time goaltender, but Kevin Lankinen could adequately fill in for a season if UC Saros was to be moved on draft day. It would be for a significant haul to some team. And draft day has led to some more interesting and unique trade scenarios in recent years, as maybe compared to what was once the extremely exciting trade deadline day. Now it seems like some of the bigger deals are being made around the draft. So are there possibly more trades coming? Saros, Matt Duchene still has one of the remaining large contracts on the Nashville Predators, but I don't see Matt Duchene as being moved at this point in time. I think he's going to be given an opportunity at least to start this season with the Nashville Predators youth, and Philip Forsberg does need line mates to play with out there. So moving up in the first round is also another possibility. We have heard rumors in the last couple of days that Barry Trotz may be looking to combine some of the draft picks that he has, the number 15 and the number 24 picks in the first round, to move up so much draft capital, 13 picks in the draft overall, the most picks this year, and quite a few very nice ones just in the top 100, 15, 24, 46, 47, 68, 79, and 83. All of those in the top 100, and then several more that could sweeten the pot of any deal. So for the Nashville Predators, I do not believe Barry Trotz and his aggressiveness are done. Now, let's talk about what may happen moving forward. Now, with Ryan Johansen being traded to Colorado Avalanche, that means this obviously at this moment is Tommy Novak's big chance. He's 26 years old. Last season, 51 games, 17 goals, and 26 assists for 43 points. He finished third overall on the Nashville Predators in scoring. He has 78 games played for his NHL career now, which is basically a full NHL season, 18 games and 18 goals and 32 assists for 50 points. So the production of Ryan Johansen, we talked about him having 63 points in 21-22 as the second-line center for this Nashville Predators team. Well, at this point in time, Tommy Novak is generating just 13 points fewer than that, with obvious room to grow and believe a ceiling that might be unlimited for Tommy Novak now that he's is taken at the NHL level. Now, listen, Juuso Parssinen is also going to have an opportunity coming up in training camp to try to seize and secure one of those top center spots on this Nashville Predators team. There are some highly impressive wingers that you're going to have an opportunity to play with that could really make the early part of your NHL career if you get the opportunity, being Juuso Parssinen or Tommy Novak, to skate between, say, Duchesne and Forsberg, or whatever combination the Predators decide to roll out under their brand new head coach, Andrew Brunette. Now, what else could happen? Other options? Well, the Nashville Predators have a lot of flexibility in draft picks and cash. So besides making a trade, they could also make an offer sheet. And there are some impressive young players out there that might be worth taking the risk on. Brian Baston and Jeff Middleton on the Chase Thomas podcast in the most recent episode talked about making an offer sheet on Zegras and bringing him into the Nashville Predators. You talk about a aggressive move by a rookie general manager. That would be about the most aggressive. So the offer sheet option is out there. And of course, free agency. The Nashville Predators had already freed up considerable amount of money leading through last year's trade deadline, and the players they were able to move on from, not only picking up significant draft capital, but moving out the massive contracts of Matthias Ekholm and now Ryan Johansen. This frees up a massive amount of flexibility to do what is necessary to do in free agency. Now, who is available out there? That's something we're going to wait and we're going to address and we're going to talk about later. But the money is there if the Predators want to go ahead and make a move. So that gets you all caught up. After we did our summer recap and got you all caught up, this huge amount of breaking news came out and we had to dedicate plenty of time to it. We've got some other things to catch up with during this episode. So let's take a quick break right here. Let's come back and let's talk about a couple other things that are going on during the summer. There's more hockey than just NHL off season to talk about, and we'll talk about it next on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
Coming off my rookie season on play-by-play on the headset for the Nashville Spartans in the USPHL, I'm going to have an opportunity to do that very job again, getting an opportunity to come back for a second season as the voice of the Nashville Spartans in the USPHL down at the Gary Force Acura Ice Arena in Nolensville, Tennessee. And while the season is still several weeks away, that doesn't mean behind the scenes there aren't an incredible amount of things going on. And though I may be the broadcaster of the year in the USPHL, not bad for a rookie, there's still a lot to learn, and there's still a lot to take notes on and a lot to see, and that's exactly what I had the opportunity to do recently. I want you to check this out. I had a chance to go behind the scenes and look at the Spartans off-season prospect camp and training sessions going on down there in Nolensville, Tennessee. It may be steaming hot outside, but the action inside the rink is red hot, even hotter than the summer of the South. Here it is, Spartans training camp. I had a chance to check it out, and now you will too. Well, I got a call from the office, and I got to tell you, I'm really excited. We're going to go on inside. We're going to see what's going on. I've been told I'm going to get a chance to see the future of the USPHL and the future of the Spartans. Come on, let's go check it out. I can't wait to see what's going on here. Come on, let's go. Come on in. Let's check it out. Now that we're inside, I know exactly what Zach was talking about when he said you have to get down to the Gary Force Acura Ice Arena immediately so that you can see the future. Right in front of you, on the rink here at the Gary Force Acura Ice Arena, the future stars of the Nashville Spartans, the future stars of the USPHL. As a matter of fact, come on, let's take a look at it right now. It's USPHL Spartans Development and Training Camp right here. Prospect Camp taking place on the ice at the Gary Force Acura Ice Arena. What a great day to be able to witness the future. What a great day to be a Spartan. Swords up. Just keeping an eye on things out here at Nashville Spartans Prospect and Development Camp 2023. As you can see, I have been granted full access by the team. You can see Colby Collier, you can see the players, you can see the entire Spartans future right behind me. This is an incredible view and vantage point for me. I'm going to take in the great action the rest of the day out here with the Nashville Spartans. I'm going to check on the future of the franchise, and it is truly a great day to be a Spartan. Next time we're on the rink, you got to come on out here and check out Spartans hockey at the Gary Force Acura Ice Arena. Truly a great presentation, a great show, and a great group of hockey people. Once again, I'm the host and voice of the Nashville Spartans, Crazy Charlie Saunier. It's a great day to be a Spartan.
Hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
Something else I got to participate in recently, and it was an incredible event. Not my first time working with Colby Collier and the Wish Cup, but this might have been the most incredible experience that they have put on so far. It was the 2023 Wish Cup All-Star Classic taking place in Hendersonville, Tennessee. What an incredible dual inline rink covered. It is just the most perfect scenic setting in the rolling hills of Hendersonville, Tennessee. The rink itself is just absolutely fantastic. Everybody who works on that rink, it is just absolute passion and no half-step and effort from each and every one of them to keep things running and to keep everything organized. There's so much going on there and so much excitement. As a matter of fact, it's even hard for me to describe. As good as I am with words, it's even hard for me to describe just how fun and how much action and how many people are coming out and enjoying the rink and the Wish Cup. And this was the All-Star Classic. I've got a short clip from our online stream of the Wish Cup 2023 All-Star Classic. You will see Nasher, Swaggy P, Chavo, Pavel Barber. You'll see Martin Erat, former Nashville Predator Martin Erat. You'll see Ali Lacombe and more and more and more. Why don't I just take you to the clip right here, and then we'll come back and talk about it a little more.
Fresh wheels on the rink, 13:26 to go here at the Wish Cup All-Star Classic, 2023 style. You could not ask for a better weather evening to be playing an outdoor game like this. You can see the sun setting there on the rink. What a beautiful sight we have here in Hendersonville, Tennessee, as the team storm down the ice. Blue team moves the puck in the offensive zone, looks to carry it low. That play is turned aside, going to be shot all the way back down the ice, going to have to be retrieved. By the blue team. The blue team now breaking out. John Chavo carries it in. He makes a deke. He shoots. And that shot is turned aside. What a quick release after making that one move. We've got a breakaway right here. White team scores. That's going to be Michael Curtis. Slides the puck through the 5-hole on the breakaway backhand style, giving the white team a 5-2 lead here in the first period. 12:41 to go. Lubo Spartechko lines up at center to take the face-off for the blue team. Number 93, Rick Acorn for the white team. White team controls, moves the puck down, and they look to set up from down below the goal line. Rick Acorn controls in the corner. He's being contested by Ali Lacombe, who forces the play down along the wall and back out to the neutral zone. That's where the white team will recover. White team looking to make the break. Martin Erat harassing in the neutral zone. White team gets the puck all the way down. Barber makes the pass across, and that puck is going to find its way into the back of the net for the white team. We've got a 6-2 game with 12:10 to go here in the first period. Being in the penalty box, being right on top of things, allows me to even get glove taps as the players are on their way to the bench.
What an incredible event. Also got to work with my Spartans production crew, the MD Media, Colby Collier out there running the event, Chris Martell on the PA, and just an incredible amount of fun working with Kevin Stokel as my engineer again. It's great to work with my Spartans crew and to get out there in the summer heat. What a beautiful, beautiful setting. And I'm telling you, inline and roller hockey has become so much more popular in recent years that we're going to do more and more coverage around that. We're going to get out to a couple of rinks, get out to a couple of games over the course of the summer and bring you a little bit more action, because there are some incredible inline athletes playing hockey here across the Middle Tennessee area and beyond. Some of these tournaments are just absolutely fantastic. Some of the skill is otherworldly, and for these hockey players, you know, it's a chance to get off the blades and get on the wheels, and they seem to absolutely love it. It was a great experience being out there calling the game from the penalty box. I got high stick during a play. I think it was Martin Erat. I think that might have been about some of the things I've said on this show over the previous 772 episodes. Yes, definitely took a high stick at some point in time. Got fist bumps from John Chavo as he was headed over towards the bench, and just had a blast climbing all over the fence, acting like a maniac, and being a renegade of puck the way I am. There's no way to contain me, and putting me in a booth with a chair is never going to make sense. I stand during the entire game. I like to climb on the wall and the fences. I like to yell. I like to scream. Sometimes I even take my headset off and try to conduct an interview. I can't thank Colby Collier enough and the Wish Cup enough and Make-A-Wish of Middle Tennessee enough for having me as a part of their event. It's always incredible to be out there, and you got a chance to see it, hear it, experience it, and we're going to make it even bigger next year. We're going to try to live stream and broadcast the entire game to you. We'll be back on the Renegades of Puck podcast. We've got one more thing to talk about that's been going on this summer coming up next. The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions. We haven't had a chance to talk about it in a while, but the Renegades of Puck Hockey Club are well into their rookie season in the D-League at the Gary Force Acura Ice Arena in Nolensville, Tennessee. We've now played 6 games on the season. After that intense 10-week training camp, the team began to gel. The cohesion is starting to come together, and the Renegades of Puck came out of the gate hot, now with a record of 4-1-1 on the season. Let me recap how things are going so far in the D-League. Opening the season, it was like trying to catch a moving bullet train. The Renegades of Puck were just simply no match for the Woolies. It was a 10-1 victory in favor of the Renegades of Puck. It was Brad Bartlett on the D side getting the first game-winning goal in Renegades of Puck team history. Followed that up with a 3-2 overtime win versus the Classics. It was Zach McCann getting the game-winning overtime goal after the Classics had the Renegades of Puck just pinned in for the majority of the 3-on-3 overtime. The Renegades get one good rush, and McCann made it count with the game-winning overtime goal, and the Renegades of Puck second win of the season. Followed that up with a 4-3 overtime loss versus the Bobcats. It was a 3-on-3 OT that led to one long pass stretching out the D just a little bit too much, and the Bobcats are able to secure their first victory in team history, giving the Renegades of Puck their first loss on the season. 4-3 in overtime. It would be a third consecutive overtime game for the Renegades of Puck. The next week, it would be the Classics again on the schedule. This time a 3-2 shootout win. Aaron Froats kept the Classics in this one and was incredible. Jesse Lapid also incredible, going 3-for-3 on the shootout, stopping the Classics. Poole Poole gets the game-winning goal in the shootout on the last shot attempt of the game. An incredible hockey game right there. A 4-3 victory versus your mother-in-law would follow for the Renegades of Puck. It would be Tom Bice with the game-winning goal in that one. It would be 36 minutes played for me in that game on D. We were short on defense. I picked up 2 assists in that game. By far my finest moment as a captain. I think I earned my captaincy that night. I earned many of my stripes. I also earned a foot injury by blocking that slap shot from out near the blue line, which kept me out of the lineup for our most recent game, and that was a 4-1 loss versus the Norse. The Norse are the defending Stanley Keg champions in our league, and we're off to an incredible start, only having 1 loss on the season. They're a very, very good, organized team. They know how to break the puck out of the zone. They know how to play their positions, and they certainly have enough skill to overcome a staunch defense like the Renegades of Puck like to put up. So a 4-1 loss versus the Norse brings us to 4-1-1 on the season, and now the remaining schedule. It's a back-to-back against the Norse. We'll take on the Norse again this Wednesday night at the Gary Force Acura Ice Arena. It's an opportunity for us to get back in the first place conversation. If we fall 2 in a row to the Norse, we will be in the middle of the pack, and we'll be looking to get one of the bottom playoff spots. And then on 7-6 at the Bobcats for an opportunity to make up for that early season overtime loss. And on the 13th of July, it's going to be versus the Puck Buddies, the team currently in first place in the league. And on the 20th, our final game of the season is going to be versus Tenacious D. If we qualify for the playoffs, it will have an opportunity for a 2-week tournament coming up after July the 20th. The Puck Buddies appear to be in first place with a 6-0 record. I believe the Norse are 5-1. The Renegades Puck are 4-1-1. And because the standings haven't been updated in 3 weeks, I can't officially tell you anything about the standings, but that's as close as I can to knowing what's going on. Now, stats for the Renegades of Puck. Let me give you the quick update. Through 6 games on the season, it is Chris Brady leading the team and scoring with 2 goals and 6 assists for 8 points on the season. Also dealing with an upper body injury since the second game of the season. He is really an irreplaceable part of the Renegades of Puck and playing hockey like a warrior this season. Zach McCann leads the team with 5 goals on the season, had 2 assists to that for 7 points. Second overall on the team in scoring. Brady and McCann on the second line have shown some incredible chemistry this season. TJ Nielsen on the first line, taking out the top guys at center. 2 goals and 3 assists for 5 points. Bryce Levette also on that line, 2 goals and 3 assists for 5 points. We see Dustin Poole at 3 goals and 3 assists. He's got 6 points on the season now. Kyle Woodall, Martel, and Saunier all with 3 points. Bice Brinton and Bartlett with 2. And Skip, congratulations to Skip McFarland on his first point of his hockey career, picking up an assist in the Renegades of Puck victory. That was versus your mom-in-law. It was great to see Skip get on the score sheet, and it's great to see him continue to advance, and all of the rookies on the team and all of the returning veterans. It's great to see how they continue to develop their chemistry. A real measuring stick game in our last game. Without me on the ice, it's not that I would have made a difference when it comes to the skill level or the style of play, but maybe in leadership I could have helped improve the situation out there on the ice. We took too many penalties. We simply got ourselves involved in too many things that weren't important in the game, and we've got an opportunity to get back at the Norse this upcoming week. It's no doubt they would love to beat us by beating the Renegades Buck 2 games in a row. They would pretty much bury our hopes of making a run at first place in the division in our first season. So the Renegades of Puck, we got to refocus, get some energy back in us, and figure out who's going to be in the lineup because our game this Wednesday also happens to take place at the exact same time as the first round of the NHL draft. I'll just roll my eyes 3 times and not say anything about that, but there shouldn't be a hockey rink that schedules a game when the NHL draft is in the same city on the same night. It's just common sense. I guess maybe that just slipped somebody's mind. But the Renegades of Puck right now, 4-1-1. As a rookie captain, I'm learning a lot. My players, my Renegades, they are all learning a lot each and every week. The feedback I'm getting from my players and my Renegades is that they are enjoying the experience. They like being a part of the group. They like being a part of the team. And they all feel that we can continue to grow and get better together. And that's exactly what I had planned. From the room to the bench to the results last. That's exactly how I want to run my hockey club. And if we can all continue to be solid citizens out there on the ice, play as hard as we can, and bring the jam every week, we'll become the essence of no half-stepping, and we'll continue putting up the results results. Some good early season results, but that's not what's most important. What's most important is how the team is starting to come together, how we're all starting to get to know each other. We're developing some chemistry, and believe me, we still have so much room to grow. And believe me, we still need a goalie. We will not be a complete hockey team until we find our starting goaltender. We are the Spinal Tap of recreational hockey. We have more goalies than Spinal Tap had drummers, and it's not funny at this point in time having to text a dozen goaltenders a week. I don't know what I've done to offend the goalie guild, but please accept this as my sincere apology to each and every goalie out there. We could use your support right now. I am most certain there is a goalie that would like to take the pipes for a 4-1-1 team in their rookie season that has a good, solid D in front of them and a good group of forwards that's getting better every week. Reach out to us. Let us know. Perhaps we'll be allowed to actually have you on our team. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping in the trenches with the Renegades of Puck. It's getting mighty hot out here on the bunker, so time to wrap this episode up. That's going to be it for Operation number 773. That's got you all caught up on our miscellaneous debris bin. Talked a little Spartans, talked a little ROP, talked a little bit of Wish Cup, and of course updated you on the most recent breaking news on the Nashville Predators. We'll be back with special commentary soon, and we'll have our draft episode recap and free agency episode recap preview coming up here very soon, as well as the 20th Century Hockey Chronicle getting ready to start on July the 1st. Stick taps, love, and respect. I'm your host and Captain Crazy Charlie Saunier. I sure do appreciate each and every one of you Renegades.